Good morning, Mr. Boyer. It's nice to see you again.
It's good seeing you as well.
So we met last time because we talked about your ninth grader in your language arts class who's really struggling.
Yeah, Luke is having a hard time.
Well, and we noticed that his test scores, his homework completion was vastly lower than that of his classmates, and we were trying to figure out why. So I have done some data collection since our last meeting. I did that classroom observation, which I spoke with you for a few minutes after, but I noticed there were 12 opportunities to volunteer answers, and he did not volunteer one time.
Right.
And his classmates volunteered at least 2 or 3 times. They would raise their hand to answer one of your questions, and he did not, which is pretty much what you said.
Yeah.
I did talk with him also.
Okay.
He did speak a little bit about his parents' divorce. You can tell he's really upset about it. He says he does like language arts.
Good.
I know you can't tell it because he's not participating or
Haven't
doing
seen
any
it
work.
once,
Yeah, he said he does enjoy it, but
Good.
he mostly just seemed really upset about his parents' divorce.
Okay.
I also did call his mom and I talked to her. She did confirm that it is a messy divorce.
Okay.
The student is going back and forth between houses right now, and I think his parents may be sort of putting him in the middle. So he's really struggling with that.
That makes a lot of sense.
I know, that's really hard for kids.
Absolutely.
I also talked with his science, social studies, and math teachers. They're saying the same thing you are.
Okay.
He's not participating. He's struggling. So it's definitely not just language arts.
I feel terrible for Luke, but that does make me feel better to know that it's not something I'm doing.
Right.
But definitely if we can help him in any way, that would be
right,
great.
But as we noticed, his comprehension was lower than normal. But after you said that you had spoken with teachers from last year, and he's always had to work hard for average grades, but he did work hard. So even though his comprehension is low right now, I don't know if it's necessarily indicative of where he is or if there's something else.
Okay.
I did do a record review and saw that he's always had good attendance. His previous grades have always been average, not great, but average. His comprehension has always been a little lower than normal, but not as low as what we're seeing this year. So I'm thinking that I want to test his comprehension.
I think that's a really good idea.
To see where it is.
It's a really good idea.
I'm wondering if I test him after I've already interviewed him, he's a little bit more comfortable in a one-on-one setting, how he would do if I tested him.
Definitely.
A few causes of why I think he could be having the issues, some hypotheses are that maybe his comprehension is low and he's not understanding, so he chooses just to completely not participate.
That would definitely make sense.
Yes, it would. The other thing I'm thinking is he's not participating or completing homework because of the parents' divorce. And he's back and forth between houses and doesn't quite know where he fits right now. So school is probably the last of his worries. The other thing I wanted to check too was his fluency level. Just because we're testing comprehension, I want to make sure that his fluency is where it should be, because I don't want that to be another contributing factor that we forget about. So I'm going to look for some evidence-based intervention so I can see if the comprehension and fluency are an issue, see if we can rule those out or not.
Okay.
And I'm probably going to also talk with him again, and I'm thinking about, if it's okay with you this week, doing another observation.
You are welcome in my class at any time.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so I am going to test, like I said, I'll pull him to test the comprehension and fluency, do those interventions to see if that's where the problem is. I'll probably come in tomorrow for another observation, and if you would please keep track for me over the next week what his homework, if he's turned it in at all.
Absolutely.
If you have any tests, what the grades are, that sort of thing.
Absolutely. And
we can talk about it. And then maybe we can meet again at the end of next week.
Yeah, that would be great.
During your planning period again?
Yep.
Perfect. All right, awesome. I'll see you then.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you.